Hey there, guys. What is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. It's been a few days. As you guys know, for the last 4 days, I had some pre-rendered videos going up on the channel and everything because here in Texas, we've been going through a snowy ice storm. I was out of fear that we were going to be losing some power. Thankfully, we didn't. So as you can see on the channel, there are some live streams that we've been doing. That's right. We are going to be streaming right here, trying to do every single day. It's pretty hard. Um, Life happens and everything. We're probably going to go live for about 30 minutes here in a bit. Technically, I missed my upload yesterday because it's already tomorrow, but that's fine. It is what it is. Anywho, a huge thing has come out, and it is my job to talk about it. So I just went through and binged all of Marvel's Wonder Man. And I have to say, I love comic books. I love Marvel. I love DC. I knew absolutely nothing about this show. I knew absolutely nothing about the character. I'd heard his names once or twice, but nothing other than that. All right. So when the show was announced, I didn't really know what to think about it. Now, we are going to be talking spoilers. That's going to come later on into the video. But what I can say is that this is the best thing Marvel has put out in a long time. It's unique. It's different. It's interesting. It's funny. It's sad. It makes you really feel for the character. It's diverse. It makes you understand, to some degree, a whole sector of people that you might not know or have any relation to at all. And I think it does it in a genuine and wonderful way. Now, where do we begin? Well, this is Simon. We can start there. Simon is a attempted actor who has a long streak of bad luck. When we meet Simon, he already has a job, but he's getting ready to be fired. Actually, getting fired. He has a problem with nitpicking and making suggestions and overly suggesting and not knowing or realizing when he's stepping too far. And he eventually runs into the gentleman that is or was the Mandarin in this universe, which the trailer does convey both of those things. Ultimately, they end up getting into the same audition, right? That's kind of where I'm going to stop talking about like the story and just kind of talk about the rest of the show and what I thought about it. I think that it tackling the story from this point of view, from the story of a regular person, just trying to get by, just trying to make it, chasing their dreams, something that many people are told not to do these days, is and was a unique and brilliant choice. It allows you to get to know Simon. It allows you to see his ups and his downs throughout his day. It allows you to see what really triggers him and the kind of people that are around him that really set him off. Not necessarily in a bad way, but also in a good way. And you also get to see this side of the character of how he treats others. You also get to see the side of the character of how he treats others and how he navigates through this world. You can see the stressors in his life. You can see the stressors that he holds on to and what make his character tick. I think that was a brilliant thing because it gave us a side of the character that most of the time Marvel doesn't really give you, hasn't really given us since like Moon Knight. And on top of that, it also allows us to get to a point of, I guess you could say, like understanding for them. You know, I'm a white dude. He's a black guy. If I'm not mistaken, he's Haitian in the show. But you can see that even he deals with everyday, regular life, like family drama. I have a estranged brother myself with an estranged relationship, just like he does. And I felt like I connected to the character very well with that. Especially being that he's the younger character in the show. But I am also the younger brother in my relationship, so like I feel like I connected to the character very well, and I think that a lot of people will be able to do that as well. I then also think that it not being very superhero oriented in the sense that he's constantly saving people was a very good decision. I feel like it really stays with Simon a lot of the time. You don't really get to see his powers or him as the hero until a little bit later in the season. I think that that was a good idea, especially considering it's a character that not a lot of people know. Now, some gripes about the show. I will say that I feel like it has very short episodes. The things in the show happen very quickly and they end very quickly, which kind of gives some like pacing issues. But I do feel that like it is obviously supposed to be happening over like a few days to a week or so. So I did like that it was very like very back to back and quick. I just feel like the show would have benefited more from hour-long episodes than half-an-hour episodes, because now I'm left wanting more, and it's unsure if they're going to be doing another miniseries or if they're going to give him a full TV show, if they're going to introduce him in like Daredevil or something along those lines, which kind of bums me out because I'd really, really, really love to see more of him. Now, getting into some of the spoilers, I will say that bringing back the Mandarin, literally and figuratively, was a choice for sure. The actor himself has done an amazing job since Shang-Chi, as playing a comedic relief character. And he does it excellently in this show. He's a great co-host to the show. I don't really know how I feel about them bringing him back as the Mandarin literally, considering we got the Mandarin in Shang-Chi. So for people in this world to not, realize that he was just a victim, essentially, and for him to be still being blackmailed and targeted by the police, I think it speaks volumes to the day and age that we live in. Very realistic in that sense. But I just feel like they could have done it a little bit different. But I do like how they did tie that in and save Simon's ass, essentially. I enjoyed their use of his powers, though I do not enjoy the fact that I still kind of don't necessarily understand them. And I feel like a lot of people don't understand them. Who the fuck knew he could fly? They didn't really say he could fly. The only time that you really see his powers is whenever he's like bursting out energy or, hitting something really hard or causing an explosion. So they I feel like dropped the ball on that. Could have been like 2 more episodes of him using his powers frequently to show everybody what he does and how he does it, or, explain to us a little bit more. But overall good, because it leaves you wanting more. It lets you realize that some of these characters in Marvel, though are niche, are very interesting still and have a lot of story that could be told behind them. Overall, I think that this is definitely worth a watch. I hate that we're not getting we have no information on if we're getting like a second season or anything. I really hope that we do. But at the end of the day, I really think it is worth a watch. I don't really have much else to say, just because I don't really want to tell you like step by step what happens in the show, because I feel like you should go watch it and see for yourself. This is one of those ones that is not necessarily a slow burn, but it is very hard to put down for sure. I was just starting them back to back to back to back, and then I realized I was out. So the more you like it, I would say take your time with it for sure. Anywho, I do appreciate you guys for stopping by. Just really quick, it is no surprise to anybody, if you've already seen it, to see that it is a 90% and 89% over at the Rotten Tomatoes. Okay, so audiences and critics both like it. So if you're wondering about that, there you go. Anywho, I appreciate you all for stopping by, and I can't wait to see you in tomorrow's video. We're back, and unfortunately we missed a lot of stuff, so we'll be talking about it probably on tomorrow's live stream. Thank you for stopping by. I'll see you tomorrow. Peace.